Hey, favored ones, welcome back to another reading. I'm Kymmy, and I'm super excited for the topic today, as one of my friends over at Artsy Nays Tarot, I'll drop a link below, her and I have been speaking and exchanging pictures of different anomalies and shapes that are forming inside of the clouds, from faces, bunnies to, but most of all, eyes. And in honor of that, I wanted to do the topic messages from eyes in the sky. Um, and yeah, so before we get into that, again, this is a general reading. Take what applies and resonates within you as true, and leave the rest of the messages for everyone else who comes to join our group here. As well as personal readings, I'm only doing within my friend groups and stuff at this time. Once I get a Patreon set up and ready for taking online customers, I will let you know. So be wary of anyone trying to solicit readings to you. That's a scam. Give your money to, people who are going to honor you and respect you, or a charity if you feel called to as well. So for today, 143, the universe loves me on the clock. We have this rock form for strength, hope is pile number 2, and pile number 3 is the love rock. As well as I wanted to mention that I will be posting the group that we made on Facebook regarding all these cool different pictures that people are joining and sharing. If you feel called to look at it, or as well, you're welcome to join. I'll appreciate getting to learn and see all your pretty faces and your cool anomalies from the clouds. Alright, I will see you in your piles. The timestamp will be linked below. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and send to your friends who you feel will resonate. Thank you. Pile number 1. If you chose strength, then this pile is for you. So the first thing I'm noticing is on the S there, it's kind of chipped inwards like kintsugi, the art of mending pottery with gold in the Japanese culture. Some of you may practice Reiki, as it comes from the Japanese culture as well. Some of you may be into pottery or just mending as well. The messages from the clouds and the sky people that for you is that strength, that you're finding strength within the storm, and even though it may have worn you down in some places, it never let you stop your glow from shining and lending your strength to others in need. As you can see, it looks almost like the shape of a heart. So some of you may be strengthening your heart at this time. Yeah, it may be due to medical reasons, or you just feel you want to help with your cardiac, like maybe eating things like hemp heart seeds, and like doing little things to help your heart, getting out and walking more, eating less red meats. Of course, I'm not a professional dietitian or anything in such regards, or a physician to tell you what to do in regards to exercise and listening to your own body, but I feel like you are getting the strength to listening your own body, and finding the strength in your heart to keep going and mending through and the messages from the cloud wants to let you know that you have a big heart with lots of strength in it, and they admire that. And I'm getting the admire part because it's like this one looks kind of like shiny and like really worn compared to the other ones where they don't have as much of that polish. So I feel like some of you like maybe treating yourself and strengthening your nails as well. A lot of different ways that you're incorporating and strengthening and fortifying your body, mind, and soul is really important to our pile number ones right now. And the clouds want to affirm that that's what's happening for you right now. More messages from the clouds, please. For our strength rock pile, please. So we have Master of Swords. So the King of Swords really being assertive and being in charge of your own kingdom, like ruling with swift hand. Sorry, I had like a bubble there. Some of you may be bursting people's bubbles in regards of who is control of how you move. Like some people might not, you might burst some people's bubbles with the information you give out. That might be a part of your job, whether it's like spiritually guiding people to the next thing, or you could be a life coach as well, where it's like, I hate to burst your bubble, but this is something you're going to have to work on, you know? If some of you may be having to break bad news, like you may have to be the bearer of bad news, and then that's where you're needing some strength sometimes. It's impatient. It's like I hear that turn of phrase where it's like, Lord, give me patience. Lord, give me strength. Because people just be really testing your patience right now, and it's strengthening your abilities to deal with customers when it comes to your own business. I feel with the being in charge of like networking and business. So like you may be receiving like little annoyance and hiccups within your personal lives, and you're like, why is this happening? Am I unaligned or something like that? But they're just trying to get that patience and strength of like not reacting and responding. They're trying to strengthen you not getting pulled out of your seat, like not receiving the urge to react at people. And it's really getting you to just be like, well, that happened, but I'm not going to let that rule my day. So you're really becoming grounded within your own strength of who you are, and strengthening your connection with your ancestors, your roots, and deeply grounded within your faith. With the card here of Ten of Cups with joyous flow. So I really feel like that's the messages from the cloud, is that they really want to affirm of all the hard work you've done and let you know that those little annoyances or delays doesn't mean that you're unaligned or that you have to do anything more or put in more work or anything like that. They just want you to let it flow and unfold, because sometimes it's just, you know, okay, if you never had any ops, you know, opponents or ops coming, or any people who would cause a daily annoyance. Like, it doesn't have to be daily, and I sure as hope it's not daily. But if you were never to have any annoyances ever, you would lose that exercise, use it or lose it type of muscle. And just like the muscle of patience and holding your tongue with people who just want to argue for the sake of arguing, it could definitely lose that, that resistance band. It's like creating a resistance band for what you're willing to allow your energy to jump at. So you're like, is this really worth me interacting with them? Are they really worth all the extra energy than they've already got by demanding it? You're like, not really. I'm going home. I'm going to go look at my garden and tend to my own ish, and go swimming with the dolphins or something like that. Music is definitely creating. You could have ties to Atlantean, as well as I feel some of you may have ties to not only Scandinavian, like Germanic and Norse with the runes here, but I also feel like some of you may enjoy fairies, or the old mythology of the Round Table and equality and Merlin and believing in doing what's right and honorable, with the kind of looks like Merlin. Or I think it's Notre Dame, QHHT. I don't know why that came to my brain. I was trying to remember the other one from Fantasia, which is more music involved, which ties these two cards together. You could be using music as a form of casting or practice in your craft as well. It could be a way that you're using for musical therapy to heal yourself, and as well as a way to self-regulate from those moments where people may be, testing your patience and getting on your last nerve that day. You may really enjoy using music as a form of therapy for self-regulation, and you may be creating that music that people may use one day for self-regulating, or past life regressions, or meditation, yogas, qigong, those types of practices where you really need to allow your body to flow and your mind be relaxed at the same time. You may be someone who is creating that. I feel like a lot of our pile ones are. If not yet, or if this could be your confirmation that that could be something your soul's calling out for you that you haven't quite heard from yourself yet to resonate. So yeah, messages from the clouds right now is don't let the haters make you feel like you're stagnant or unaligned. And every now and then we regress and we might react instead of responding, and that's human. Humor yourself, have some jokes and laughs about it. Maybe you haven't had some giggles in a while. Watch silly videos of cats or whatever it is that you find entertaining, wolves, bats, something that's cute. Get that serotonin just really pumping for yourself, and remember that the abundance is flowing as you feel it, as you are, as you need to be, and as you develop and add on to more, that's just you becoming more fruitful each year. And you deserve that, pile number one. So I applaud and admire your strength and your heart. Thank you for listening to this. It's 15:15 on the clock. Remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. And I will see you in the next video. All right, bye. Pile number 2. If you chose hope, then this pile is for you. Straight away, it kind of reminds me of the ocean and orcas. So some of you may be inside of a type of culture where matriarchs are very important, or just you're someone who respects the crone, you know, the wise older generation of women who have come before us in traditions and bringing hope, you know, the caringness. I keep fiddling with this, so I for some reason I feel like turquoise is very important. Indigenous cultures have been known to use them in their practices. I think his Neowa is one of them, but don't quote me on it, and that doesn't mean that this message isn't for you if that part doesn't resonate. Let's see. Yeah, and the creation from the sky people. So a lot of sky people could be messages from your ancestors as you look to the clouds, and it can be messages, whether it's animals and stuff. Messages of hope is what they're trying to bring you through those messages. So with the creation story, there's a lot of creation stories, but with some of them, there's one where this muskrat, muskrat's may be important for you. You could look up the symbolism. Muskrat went down and swam to the very, 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 very bottom as the flood was coming so that he could grab one, or she, I'm not sure which one. Either way, the muskrat could grab a piece of land underneath the water as it was filling up to give to a turtle to put on its back for everyone to live on. So I feel like you make people feel like they have the ability to come up for air, that they don't have to just be frantically searching underwater for somewhere to belong as they're drowning. I feel like you lift people up onto your back and would carry them. Like, you give your shirt off the back. If you were hungry and you had something in front of you, you would give it to them, like, no problem. Especially with the hope coming. So, like, yeah, I really feel like you do that, pile number 2. You really embody the duality of give and take with the number 2. And some of you may really like Star Wars as well with Your Only Hope. With Ben could be important to you, especially England with Big Ben, which also has to do with fairies and with their old thing as well. So you could be seeing lots of messages of like winged creatures or fairies inside of, or phoenixes and birds like that. I really feel like flying and space as well for like alien looking creatures with the Star Wars with Their Only Hope, Big Ben. Excuse me. Yeah, dissolving into oneness. The Ace of Cups. You're being divinely guided by Gaia at this time. Mother Earth, nature is really calling to you at this time. You could really be seeing like creatures, like woodland creatures is something you could be really seeing a lot of too as well. Like I was saying earlier, the muskrat. So seeing woodland creatures is messages from Gaia letting you know that she's guiding you and nurturing you of abundance. Also letting you know that it's time to dawn. You're starting the time for you to come out of your cocoon and start sprouting is a scene. It is a new dawn. It's a new day for you as the next part of yourself. You're moving on from being in the chrysalis. You are moving on to being the butterfly. You may be seeing some butterflies or crocodiles or alligators with the Peter Pan theme or and the butterfly theme. Butterflies are drink the tears of them, really. So it's like super metal. If you didn't know, butterflies will eat meat from fish that are left over, and yeah, so like if you think that butterflies are totally BS, or I should have just said badass. There we go. I'm saying it. If you don't know, they are, but now you do know, because they are, and you are as well. If you didn't know, like, there's hope for you yet. Pile number 2. They're saying there's hope for you yet. You ain't giving up hope on yourself, and they're letting you know that yes, don't give up hope. You're needed for around so many people with your wonderful light and your stories and your experiences, and you may not recognize that in yourself. But yeah, 8, balance. You're restoring cosmic order. Now that could be whether it's clearing your own slate from all the cosmic energies that you've built up throughout your past lives and this lives, and you're clearing it completely off to start in a new direction because your soul's finally developed at a certain thing. If you don't believe in reincarnation, then maybe in the past you weren't living in as you truly wanted to and were masked and just trying to fit in as best as you could with the coping and trauma skills that you acquired along the way, and you decided, I'm going to break that cycle. I'm going to turn it into art. I'm going to turn it into the stepping stones. I'm going to turn it into my yellow brick road to my happily ever home. Okay? Some of you may be moving into your happy forever home. Some of you may be bringing in animals for a happy forever home. Some of you may already have established that. I see 3 here, so 3s could be a very important number for you. It could be how many fur babies or animals or plant babies or children you have. It could also indicate the different stages of your life of being, a child, the midlife, and then at the end there where you're slowly, letting someone else have the leader friend. So you're infinite, you're balanced, you're dissolving behind generational patterns that are no longer resonating with you. But also, I feel like this is also a lot of eyes as well, because if you can see here, there is no face on this one, so you could be seeing a lot of figurines where they don't actually have the face, but you're getting to see the outlines of people. And this one here is cool because it looks like an actual eye, and they've got their eyes on you, eye in the sky. And yeah, some of you may be seeing children, or some of your rainbow babies could be looking down from there, and you can see some days them looking back. Can we get one more message, please, here from the clouds and sky people for pile number 2, please, and thank you. Woo. So yeah, I'm gonna take both of them. So some of you may have messages in pile number 1 with strength. If you didn't feel called to it, then you certainly don't have to watch it. If you felt called to pile number 1 as well, that could be your confirmation right here, so go ahead and check it out. A lot of you, I was going to say earlier, it reminded me of the Egypt and the Eye of Ra. So some of you could be seeing the Eye of Ra or hawks in the sky a lot lately, and it literally came out here now. So I didn't have to say it because it came out regardless. And that's a message right there as well, is that anything that's meant for you will not pass you by, and if it's a message for you, it'll keep knocking. If it's your calling, it'll keep presenting itself. Snakes as well. Kali, some of you may be in regards to the Hindu culture and religion, and there have deities that you work with as well. We have it right here, very strong energy of duality, a lot of duality here, because you are the caregiver and you are the child. You are the dancer, and you are human, and you are also the spirits. You are the fire bringer, but you are also cold and collected. You are ancient wisdom, but you are current energies. Because and the reason why I say current energies is, I should explain that a little bit further, is because of the snake, how it's constantly shedding its skin. So current energies. So you are ancient because of the symbol, and current energies. You are duality, pile number 2. You are the hope of bringing duality, moving from the core, shattering the structures. You're breaking down social norms and allowing yourself to be as you are. You know, with like how Persephone is core, and you know how the core is the god, is in charge of spring, and then Persephone, her other duality of herself, is the queen of the underworld, or Freya, and Ishtar and Venus, how they're all gods of war and love. So you are a duality. You're embracing your duality, and the clouds want to guide you along that way of finding balance, as they stated here. So yeah, Ace of Cups is also divinely guided in the original imagery. It's usually a dove dropping a offering inside of an overflowing cup. So whenever you have any that you give away, like any energy or love that you give away, and you feel like it was wasted, it wasn't wasted. The universe will always bring it back to you. You're spoiled by the universe, and if you happen to spoil other people, whether they reciprocate or appreciate, the universe will bring it back to you. I have bear witness, luckily enough, and I will continue to be nice and do so. So I'm happy to know that pile number 2s, that you are the same way. So I appreciate the you all coming through and reading your energies. And if you remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun, I'll see you in your next videos. All right, bye. Pile number 3. If you chose love, then this pile is for you. I feel like the clouds are bringing love letters. You could be seeing hearts or lots of little baby cherubins. I think I'm saying that right. The baby angels. Yeah, you could be seeing a lot of winged creatures within the sky. Lots of angels, phoenixes, dragons, and heart symbols, maybe even hearts with wings, you know? So, you're really on cloud 9 right now with love for either yourself or just, you know, just something's in the air for you that you feel like, I love being here. Wherever that is for you. You know, it could be that you found a new friend group, you found a new hobby. I was gonna say you found a new pond, but yeah, you could have found a new pond for fishing. You know, it's like, I love this spot. You could have found a new love for your passion, whether it's art, like drawing, painting, doing readings, taking pictures of the clouds itself. I know certainly myself, every now and then I'm like, why haven't I taken a picture of clouds in a while? And now I'm like, literally like a tourist every 3 minutes. I'm like, oh my god, did you see that cloud? It looks like a bumblebee. So some of you may be seeing insects like bumblebees and cute little ants and stuff like that, spiders, that really symbolize to you the fact that it fortified, and people may not see the work and what you're doing. Like, I don't know why that accent came out. It could be from where you're from. I feel like with bugs, they have a whole world going on. Unless we're really paying attention, we don't really see what's going on with them. And I feel like that's what's happening for you, is that a lot of people view you as a mystery, that even the clouds want to like zoom in and be like, I'll tune in and be like, I wonder what they're doing right now. So you may have like eyes and like faces like half like this, where it's like people are like peeping over to like look down at you. Or when you see animals, they're like shaping and they look like they're facing towards the ground. Like if it's a phoenix, it's facing towards like it's diving down. If it's a dragon, it's diving down. Or its big old face is just looking down at you. Because people, you're such a mystery and you're such a like unique personal icon that everyone just wants to get a look, but you're in your own little world. Like, I'm just a ladybug. I'm over here smelling this flower, you know. Or just taking care of yourself, and it's like, I ain't doing nothing special. And it's like, I don't even have that accent. You must be really from like Texas or somewhere, because I don't mean to be making fun of you, I swear. It's just what's coming out. Here we go. Compassion. Yeah, people like to watch your compassion and the fact that you transcend judgment and you just want to help people grow, and it looks like help people go through this like incubation station, like where you help them like find out that they're their own oasis. It's like, here's all the ingredients. You can like heal yourself. So yeah, some of you may be herbalists or into like medicine, natural medicines, holistics, and other type of home remedies. I feel like you may have learned that from your mother figure, because it kind of looks like the trees, like grandmother Willow comes to mind, and even though that movie is not accurate in history at all and should definitely be looked up on what the real history is, and not condoning the perpetual lie, but it is the image that it brought to me, and I want to listen to the messages that I get as they come from spirit. It looks like Grandma Willow and like giving advice as per usual. And yeah, so like in that you may have had people who weren't nice to you, and you may have some bad days where you get stuck in a loop of intrusive thoughts, it looks like, because if you can look, I never noticed this before, but if you look, hold on, you can see little snapshots, almost like a different underneath the hills of trees that are sad. But to me, it reminds me of when you used to get film, photo film, you would take to the store to get processed, and they would have the big brown reel of them, of course, and it just looks like snapshots of things that you're cleansing away, because it doesn't look like you're letting them win. It looks like over time you're being your own oasis of healing, and you're slowly healing that away, because you see, it feels like before it used to be the water line of cleansing was down only around here, and then the bubble got made bigger and the water moved up, and it's slowly almost there. You're almost there. That's what the clouds want you to know, is you're almost there. And I can't, you guys, the accent is deep south, but okay, listen here. I hope you're certainly not offended. Sure, it'll go away here in a momentarily. But the line's going up, and you can see as before that it looks like it's almost reaching, like the tide's coming in, it's washing away all that nitty gritty stuff that needs to be washed away, and it will always be a part of you, as it shows pearls of memories, like these buttons, and that have always been put together so that you can build yourself into something beautiful from what happened in your past, and you're not letting it not be a part of you anymore. You're just turning it into something else. Like, you had trauma and you've now learned how to make like fashion, you put it into making art, statues, or you just cleansed it for yourself so that you don't have to deal with it no more. You don't have to turn it into anything else other than love. You don't have to turn it into anything other than love. And love wins in the end. And you want to know what? It's the last pile of the reading, y'all. So love wins in the end. 5, 6, 6, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5. I've seen 5s and 6 a lot. 5, 6, 6, 5 means love conquers all. So some of you may be the type who believes in love conquers all. Well, I'm not going to say you should because I won't tell you what believe, but I do. I do. Very much so. So you're very compassionate. You got a lot of love. And this guy and everyone else thinks you're mysterious. And the way you love is just so beautiful. And they just want to see what you do next because the way you move and the way you do things, it just transcends judgment, like the card says. Like, you don't let nobody tell you what to do, who to be, how to act, and if they want to, then you'll make it so that they can't tell you how to be anymore. You're like, oh, if I can't act this way because I'm in your club, well, I don't want to be in your club no more. 8 of Pentacles, so 8 of Discs. Yeah, you're really working through a cycle of all these different accolades and accomplishments that you can have at your beck and call like the wind. It just, anytime you need something done, you just bring in a whirlwind of all the different skills and accomplishments and knowledge and love and community that you have, and you bring it in and you usher in that spirit of the deer where it's like, I can weather the storm, and like, even if they break me down, I'll grow back stronger. Like with the antlers, if they break off, they grow back again and even stronger and more beautiful than before. Now, I'm not saying it's beautiful that people have decided that they want to let their hurt bleed out onto you, and this not what anyone deserves. What I'm saying is, I admire your love and self-compassion that you are willing to decide that, it wasn't for you to give up on yourself. It just wasn't in you. And yeah, I feel like your skillful perseverance and your ancestors are proud of you. And I feel like another thing that makes you so mysterious and the cloud people want to watch you instead of cloud watching, is your duality of, take no ish but do no evil. Some of you may be in satanic practices, as that's one of their rules. It doesn't have to be. It could just be one of your sayings because you follow that type of motto. But I did see the duality of the moon and the sun and the arms up and down kind of symbolism, as above so down below. Yeah, although inside of other images that I was referring to, the arms are switched, though. Regardless of that part, I feel like you're growing a different branch of community. I feel like you fully established one branch of what you wanted to accomplish, and you're using it to move on to something similar. Like, how can I give an example? For myself, that's the best one I got. I originally wanted to write a poetry novel. Now I'm still going to end up writing a poetry novel, but now I use that poetry to make rhapsodomancy readings. It's a different form of divination with poems. I had no idea at the time, but now that you've learned that there's a cooler other thing you can incorporate with the skills you have, you're like, hey, I want to do that now. Like, maybe you know light language, but now you want to make light language music. You knew how to to mix beats, but now you want to produce beats. You know, there's a lot of different examples, like that's what I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm trying to use as many analogies as possible. I'm sure if whatever one that came to mind for you, my pile number 3, it is just as important, and the message resonates, then I'm happy you're here to hear it. And if not, then you're welcome to watch any of my other videos you feel called to listen to. So let's see, one more card here. Pile number 3, messages from the clouds. No, not that one. Ah! They said I got the point already. Some of you may question your own intuition. It might feel like you need more confirmation of outside validation of others. I feel like you're already working on that, and it's okay to want confirmation and validation. Sometimes, you know, just because you ask for it doesn't mean you're gonna take it, right? Oh, that's something else. You can accept people's advice with love, but you can reject to do it with respect. So just because someone you love made a suggestion or says that they don't see your vision doesn't mean that you're not meant to do it. Keep trucking until you can't no more. 46, so you could be seeing 46 a lot as well too. Keep trucking until you feel you don't want to anymore. Yeah, Temple of the Goddesses, Master of Wands, so King of Wands, taking swift action, and but swift but conscious action. Look at that. Yeah, so you're letting things unfold naturally in order to build up your fortress and your kingdom. Your kingdom is encompassed by your love, and that kingdom is yourself. Just so you know. That's what the the Castle in the Sky. So you may enjoy the anime by Studio Ghibli, or the albums, or the anime where there's spoilers, One Piece, Sky Heya. So a lot of you may enjoy those types of animes and storylines and mythologies. You may want to look more into them. But yeah, you are your own kingdom. They want to let you know that. So thank you everyone for coming through. If you watched all the way through, thank you pile number 3s for letting me read your energy. And I look forward to seeing you all in your next video. Remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. Bye.